Yeah, my day didn't end there. No. So this is literally day after day after day that's happened to me. I also had another horse go down and stay down. Fortunately, this guy is a little bit easier. He's a little bit younger. He's got some neurological issues with his back legs where his back leg doesn't always talk to him. And so what happened? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Train Sim World, where we are back playing the Great Western Express. And our latest mission that we left off on is 1A05 Didcot Parkway to London Paddington. Supposed to take about 33 minutes, 8550 in the AP points to get the platinum medal. So let's go ahead and get right into this. All right, folks, we are into this. Yes, let's go ahead and get right going. And all we got to do is go ahead and turn on the DSD isolate. We have to turn on the AWS isolate. This version of the game is in Train Sim World 5, so I'm going to go ahead and try this, and we're going to go see how nice this is. I did turn on the train brightness, so train supply brightness. All that does is turn on this little light and make it a little brighter, and then I like turning on the spare because it does absolutely nothing. If I contact a singler, it says proceed a single to indicate the single is yellow, of course, because we got a red light. I just released the brakes there, and we're going to go ahead and turn on the master key. We're going to put this on forward, deal with that annoying sound. And let's go ahead and throttle up actually to throttle 3 and see what happens with that single. While we go ahead and do that, we're just going to turn on some fan speed and a little bit of climate control because it's a little bit of a ruddy day out there. We are going to turn on some headlights. The time is 7:49 in the morning. 8 o'clock is when we go into day headlight mode. So for now, we're going to start with night headlamps. And hopefully in about 10 minutes, I remember to switch the lights to day headlamp mode. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, I've got a monitor here on the side that currently says my GPU hotspot is about 80 degrees. My GPU itself is about 66 degrees. That's where I'm starting this game off. I have been doing some Train Sim World 5 testing, and I discovered the source of most of my crashing happens to be from my GPU overheating. Yes, I have a 1080 Ti. Probably an older GPU for most of you guys by now, but when I originally got it, was like one of the top line GPUs, and I was like, yes, this is awesome to have a 1080 Ti. And so here I am now at the other end of the spectrum where I may end up going out and getting a new computer one day, but I can't afford it. So good job me. Don't have the money to pay for a new computer, so I'm trying to find a way to finagle this. And just to go into settings for a second, just to show you what I did here, I took a look at advanced settings and I made some changes here. As you can see, sky quality is now very high, texture quality is ultra. Oh, interesting. I don't think I made all of the changes. Yes, I did. Screen percentages, I moved down to 80%. I found that made a huge difference on the amount of energy my GPU ended up using. The max FPS I put down to 60 because that also played a huge role. Screen percentage in particular, let me tell you what that does. If you look outside in the outside cam, what screen percentage does is it determines how blurry pretty much the entire screen is. So when you put it all the way down to 50%, everything looks so pixelated. It looks pretty terrible to see everything super pixelated. And when you move it up to where it is right now at 80%, some stuff is blurry, some stuff is not. And so it's not so bad. So even in just a few minutes of driving around here in the fog, my GPU is now at 91 for the hotspot and 77 overall. And so this is something I'm trying to play around with and find a good graphics setting so I can actually, play this game still on Train Sim World 5 preferably. I could always roll back to Train Sim World 3 or 4 or whatnot and do better. By the way, cab lights, if you want to see, but as you can see, it is crazy yucky out there. You can't really see anything with the cab lights on, so we just can turn that back off and just leave it the way it is. Our top speed is 125 miles per hour, and this is the mission where all it is one straight line going all the way to London Paddington, every now and again pressing Q. And this is essentially the mission where I would have said, you know what, Great Western Express, why should I play you? You're just going from Reading to London Paddington. Who wants to do that? I'm serious. If you look at our timetable, that's all this high-speed mission is. It's just a back and forth, and that's it. In theory, because we have no stops going all the way through, by the time we get to Slough, if the game holds up with the recording, we should be in a good position to be able to have the temperatures maintained. And as of right now, my temperature is dropping. I am very excited to hear that is now down to 86 for the hotspot, and we're having about 73 for GPU. This is going to be like a baseball game where I'm just going to be narrating my hotspot temperatures all the way through. But no, we're going to talk about a couple other things. One of the reasons I took a break besides the temperature, the outside temperature, my goodness, it reached about 113 for a week. It was pushing 109 to 113. And with this GPU having issues as well, I was like, no, we're not going to play Train Sim World because it's probably going to overheat my GPU as I'm trying to record, as I'm getting myself overheated with the temperature on the outside. No, thank you. So I took the week off for the temperature related things, and that was a bunch of fun because it was just basically there's a 2-week period in the area here where it heats up really good, like 109, and then it doesn't really cool down. So the nighttime temperatures that usually in the house is still pushing like 75, 80. So you're not getting any cool down at all at home. And we don't have air conditioning. We don't need air conditioning per se. I've got a fan up above my head. I've got some fans laid around on the table here, but realistically, I don't need to use them most of the year, except for maybe the fan above my head. I'll turn that on to low power. It'll just kind of drive some coolant to cool down my GPU, which is really helpful. But other than that, generally most of the year is pretty cool. I get the ability to open a window, cool air blows in, blows out all the hot air. Life is good, except for those 2 weeks where the hot air that blows in is just going to come back in. No matter how much of it I blow out, I can't get rid of the hot air, and I basically get screwed by the temperature. One of the ways you could tell that you're going to be a slough is roughly it takes about 125 miles an hour just to get, once you've hit that 125 miles an hour, yeah, finally made it roughly to Slough. That's a good way to gauge how quickly your train moves, at least for the high-speed train. And so that's a really good indicator to kind of tell you roughly what station you're in, because if you try to look out the window, good luck trying to identify the station unless you know the area really well. Usually train engineers will know the area extremely well. That's really the only way they can tell where they are located station-wise. The other thing that happened to me is one of our volunteers at the equine place, she basically was a really cool volunteer. She actually would volunteer every single day at the equine facility. So I'm going to call it the ranch to keep it simple. At the ranch, she volunteered daily and would be there nearly like 8, sometimes 10 hours a day. So she decided to call it quits. I'm like, good job. So what ended up happening, I guess she had a varicose vein that popped or whatever, and she didn't want to get any treatment for it, and basically it got worse. And so I highly recommend when you have issues, talk to a doctor, and then decide whether or not you want to keep seeing the doctor, right? Got bad to the point where she couldn't walk anymore, and she had to elevate her leg, and now as far as I know, she's back on her feet, but she's not coming back to the facility to volunteer anymore. And so what that means is the equine facility basically ended up in a stretch because we don't have enough volunteers altogether. And to make matters worse is we got another volunteer who's going to step down over the winter season, and that takes out 2 more days of volunteering that we could definitely use the help for. And this equine facility again has about 21 horses, give or take. Really, even 16 horses is a lot, even 10 horses is a lot, but you know what? It gives you a lot of good muscle, and that's the part I think I appreciate the most, is I get the exercise out of it, and I get the ability to be outside and do stuff outdoors, get a nice tan going and all that good stuff. But you know, honestly, for one person, it's a lot. Where we are volunteer-wise with the ranch is we've got most of the days covered. We've got at least, for now, we have Thursday, Friday, Sunday covered really well. What we're missing really is going to be when the other volunteer leaves Monday and Saturday. And while the volunteer is still here, what we really need is just a Tuesday, Wednesday, and we're just short on people. And it's just been really hard because this equine facility moved about 30 miles south of where it used to be. And because it used to be closer to the larger population, it was easier to gather volunteers and bring volunteers in. Now that it's 30 miles south, everything's kind of a stretch trying to get these horses fed, trying to get these horses mucked up, trying to get these horses groomed and whatnot. And so on a good day, we get maybe 3-4 volunteers. That is pretty consistent, and that is really awesome to have. So take yesterday, for example, I stopped in to help feed, and they had at least 1, 2, 3, 4 good volunteers already ready to go. And all I did was basically help prep the food and deliver it. It was really nice. Whereas earlier in the week, it was literally me by myself, yay. And what day was that? Oh my God, that was Saturday. I was helping cover Saturday. What did I do? I take 2 horses, I put them in the turnout, and what happened to these horses? One of the horses decided to step on the lead rope in such a way where the lead rope wrapped around the horse's back foot. The horses decided to go, oh my God, what's happened to me? I've got my foot trapped here. And the other horse that I was leading right behind said, oh my God, something's happening. Oh my God, I gotta stop, and I am in danger. I am like, oh God, I failed. I failed the mission. Yay. All right, guys, I'm back into this. Yay, I reset my mission and I screwed up because I was talking to you guys how exciting. This is where I gotta give Train Sim World a lot of credit, because if I talk to you guys, I pay less attention to the route. and I have more exciting fun on the route itself, like how I'm going to be having that red light up ahead. And it's a little bit harder to drive a train when I'm trying to have a conversation, though this just saved me so much more trouble, I guess you could say, trying to drive this train with having a conversation with you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to meet you guys roughly when I hit roughly 125 down a little ways about where I'm going to hit that last red, if I'm not going to already get red every single direction as I go as I'm getting out here. So let's see how this goes. Apparently I was so slow starting up that I'm now getting red every which way. All right, folks, this is roughly where I left off, roughly give or take somewhere around here where I got a red light someplace in the middle of all this mess. And I'm going to have to pay a little bit attention to this. I could see the green light just popped up, and that's the red light right there, the one right after that yellow that I got screwed by. So it's about 2.5 miles away, and 100 miles an hour, that's probably not a good thing to try to go that fast. So we're going to coast a little bit this time. We're trying to make this a little easier to try not to get slammed by the red light that's up ahead. Anyhow, so what happened with the horses as I'm trying to pay attention to the red light here, is the lead rope got tangled around one of the horse's back leg. The horses behind that I was trying to bring into the arena basically got tangled up with the horse in front because it wrapped around the rope that was wrapped around the first horse and got its own back leg stuck. And then what happened? The third horse decided to come and investigate and freaked out and said, "Oh my God, you guys are stuck. I'm going to get out of here. Screw this. I'm out of here." And the horse turned around and got its own back leg. And so I'm not kidding, it was like a flipping cartoon where I had three horses pointing in three different directions, all panicking, going, oh my God, we're all stuck. And their same back leg and all three horses are all stuck around the same stupid lead rope. And so I'm like, oh my God, this is just a situation, a terrible situation that I have to use curse words for. And I was like, well, let's go ahead and go to the door where the lead rope is, and we're going to detangle that thing and get it off the door. And we're going to go ahead and get these things off of them. And I managed to get it off the door. That was the easy part, okay? The thing came off the door, let the rope go. Two of the horses escaped. They managed to get themselves released from the lead rope, but the third one didn't. The third one still had it stuck to his back leg. So I'm like running over there, grab the lead rope, pulled on it, and I'm like, come on, come get off this horse's back leg. And of course the horse drags me a little bit, and I'm like, no. All you have to do is stop. All you have to do is stay there. Life is good if you just stay there. Everything will be fine if you just don't move. And what did the horse do? The horse finally slowed down and stopped long enough that the lead rope finally fell off the leg. I was like, yes, thank goodness. And the horse moved on. I was like, yes, I got the rope. Everything's going to be okay now. We won't have a lot to worry about. And what happened? I turned around and the door was open, right? I left the door open because I should have thought this through, and I should have probably closed the door as I went over there to rescue the horse that still had the lead rope. And as I see the door open, the two horses, one of them that was stuck, one of them that was not stuck, had basically saw that door and basically made a getaway, ran out the door and ran down the road. It's a 10-acre property, keep that in mind. Ran most of the 10 acres down, found the food, started devouring the food. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are insane. I have to go catch you, sneaky bastards. I gotta go get you. And so I went all the way over there. I tried to get them, and they ran away from me twice more, and they almost knocked over the poop. I'm like, what a disaster this is. And keep in mind, I'm by myself. I'm trying to deal with trying to catch two horses that get along really well with each other all by myself. Good luck with that, right? All right, I'm going to slow down because I think this is the red light I got screwed on a minute ago. So we're going to definitely slow my train down to at least 30 miles an hour. We're going to hope for the best that this light changes. Mile and a half is about that green light there, so this is about way less. So I'm going to put train brake 5. I think that should be enough to get me to stop full service. That will probably be the better way to go. Full service, let's release that a little bit. 600 yards to the light. Let's go back, maybe to full service. I don't know. I think we can manage train brake 4 and get away with this and just kind of coast along because we are finally slowing down. So let's go ahead and go to running and hope for the best as of releasing the brakes. We can kind of coast the rest of the way. This is the one that I got screwed over. So what's going on here? Singular, come on. Did I wait for single to change? Why do I have to wait for the single to change? What's going on in this road? Oh, okay, that's what's going on. There is what are you? An HST, look at this cool thing that you can see here right in front of me. It's really cool to see this real-time mapping feature. I love this fact that it does this. But I guess they stopped at Slough, I believe it is. I don't know if it's Slough. Well, we're coasting to that light. I think we can make it. without worrying about it. It's just, oh, this is Maidenhead. Oh, I love the real-time map feature. It's so convenient. You can actually see all the details you ever wanted to know about what's ahead of you. You can see the train, the type of train, the schedule that train's on. You can also see the platform. You can also see the light and the issue with the light. In fact, if you look at the light itself, once I go up to the light, you can actually see the direction the light is pointing. So I just love that feature. It's really cool to see that. I got AWS. Really? I got AWS. That's just dumb. That's just dumb. I was stopping. That's just dumb. Okay, we're just gonna have to release this, guys. Give me a minute to deal with the emergency brake. We gotta wait anyways. We're stuck on a red light and we're not going anywhere. Guys, I just realized there's this really cool icon here that you can actually highlight right over it said Maidenhead. That's really cool. I love how that works. You can actually even see the speed limit of the train that's moving. That's really cool too. You can't really highlight anything else other than maybe the single, which is also cool that you can have the ability to highlight the single. Anyways, I'm going to go back to the train. That HST is finally moving off. We're going to give him some time to get off because we're going to wait for this light to change anyway, so we're not going anywhere anytime soon. Alrighty, folks, we can finally get moving. So let's go ahead and turn this emergency brake off. We've already got brakes off, so we're fine there. So let's go ahead and get our running brakes, running engine, and get ourselves moving. This is just terrible, man. We lost a whole bunch of time, but with that said, it is 8:03. We can finally turn night headlamps on to day headlamp mode. Yay! So let's go ahead and do that as we attempt to try to get our train moving. Why is our train not going? Train brake running, train brake full service, train brake running. Come on, train brake. Oh, I'm waiting on the brake pipe pressure to fill up. Oh, that's why. I had to go to 5.1. Oh, I'm like, why am I not moving? I'm not going anywhere. It explains because I've got no brake pipe pressure in the cylinder. It's filling up finally. It takes forever sometimes to drain the brakes on these trains, you know? You have to kind of wait for it to recharge and all that fun stuff before you can finally get these trains moving forward. So let's go ahead and get right into that and get ourselves going finally. Actually, folks, the nice part about this whole emergency stop that I ended up getting here is the fact that the train in front of me can kind of keep going and get a little space between me and it, unless it stops a slough or some other place like that. If it's going to stop somewhere, I'm kind of screwed, but if it's not going to stop anywhere, I should be able to get a direct route right into London Paddington. And this is where, again, it helps to have someone to talk to here while you're playing this game, because you can totally get screwed over as you're playing this game because you're not so focused on the route and you're not paying attention to what's going on. But it also makes the route even more interesting when you got people to talk to, like you and every single one of you guys watching today. Look at that. There is the HST going in the opposite direction already. Yay! The other thing is, you know, when I passed that other station, I didn't do this earlier, but I probably should have. I probably should have honked the horn, because if guys like them that like to just stand on that yellow line and just cause disruption for the entire railway network, seriously, in the UK, they will shut down every single route on here just because someone does something dumb and stands on the yellow line. Unlike America, where they're like, go ahead and stand on the yellow line, get taken away by the train, and then the train just continues on like it's nothing, right? Yeah, the other day at the ranch, it was definitely interesting when those 3 horses got tied up and the 2 decided to escape. And the best part is the one horse that did escape with his friend, he also escaped again. It was hilarious. And I'm just like, whatever, you can just get out and you can just follow me. I don't care at this point. But yeah, so it worked out nice overall, and I had a good day that day. But it wasn't the end of my adventure. It's actually the beginning of my adventure, so to speak. I also had, when I thankfully had people, I decided to take one of the horses out for a walk. And I'm like, let's go for a walk. Everything will be okay. Let's build up some muscle. Because this horse that, you know, struggles with like weight loss sometimes and really needs to maintain muscle weight. And it's really hard because that horse spends a lot of time indoors. And when we take the horse out, that horse has a tendency of like laying down and then will just stay down. It's really hard to get the horse back up. So we have to kind of manage it as best we can. And so I decided to take the horse for a walk. I had the person with me. I was like teaching them about the horse and teaching them about the craziness of that horse's behaviors and stuff. And the horse did great. The horse was like, yeah, let's go. I'm excited. I'm happy to be out here. I'm happy to be with my friend, yada, yada. And then the horse decided to go. I'm like, let's go ahead and go back to your room because I think there's enough time out. And the horse looks at me and goes, makes a wonderful sound and goes, I'm panicking. I'm going to go backwards now. And I'm just scared. I'm out of here. And not only did the horse take 3 steps backwards, the horse took 3 steps backward and basically crumpled to the ground and ended up laying there. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. You have to go lay down here. Of all places you could lay down, you could have at least laid down somewhere else that's more easier to get you up than here. And so the horse lay down. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to get you up. I can't leave you like this. So I don't know if you realize this, but if you leave a horse on the ground for at least 3 straight hours and they do not get up, they will basically pass away on you, and you don't want that. And a lot of it has to do with their digestion system. Their digestion basically cuts off and shuts down, and they won't be able to digest food anymore. They won't be able to breathe properly, and a whole bunch of other weird issues start happening when a horse is laying completely flat. And the other thing that's really hard is when you watch a horse get up off the ground, there is a lot of energy expended trying to get this horse up off the ground and moving forward, right? Tried first, I'm like, okay, horse, you can do this yourself. You can get up. Horse tried. Horse couldn't get up. Back legs couldn't get underneath the horse. And I'm like, oh, so close. And the horse went back down again, right? And I'm like, okay, let's try this. Let's go get a water hose. Let's get a little water. Let's see if we can get this horse a little bit of water. Give the horse a little bit of a drink. Give the horse a little bit of some food. Usually horses will get up for food. Tried again, and then again got stuck. And I'm like, oh. And when you look at the situation, basically the back legs were higher up than the front legs. And I'm like, we need to rotate you around somehow. And so eventually the horse like propped up and sat up, at least sat up. Okay. I went round behind the horse and I'm like pushing on this horse. I'm like trying to push for my dear life to hold this horse up. Keep in mind, for me trying to push like what, maybe a 900,000 pound horse, right? Good luck trying to do that on my own, right? And here I am holding this horse up, trying to keep this horse up. And by the way, the other way to get this horse to go up is to rotate them. And the way to do that, you got to take two lead lines, wrap it around both the front leg and back leg, and basically pull and flip them. When you do that, sometimes you get them in a better position than they started, and they can actually get up on their own. In the case of this horse, no, I'm here behind the horse, literally pushing on the horse, trying to keep the horse from going backwards anymore. And all that horse needs is a little bit of leverage. Finally, on the fourth attempt of getting this horse up, the horse finally got up, front legs got up, back legs are trying to struggle. I am still behind the horse, and I'm behind the horse in such a way where I'm like pushing really hard on the back of the horse just to get the leverage to go forward enough to get that leg to go bum bum. That's all we need, bum bum. Because that one leg can get on, the other leg not so much. And with enough of that inertia there, we were able to get the horse finally on her feet. Yay. And the poor horse ended up walking back super slow compared to earlier. Just basically took the slowest walk I've ever seen. I'm like, oh my God. Gave the horse some aspirin. They call it Butte. So gave the horse a little aspirin just to make sure. And this horse is actually an older horse, but a lot of times thinks she's super spunky and spicy. And we'll see spicy things every so often. This is where I wish I could have like a rescue lift for these horses, honestly. The way the rescue lift works is about $600. You basically put these lines around the horse. Some horses can tolerate this, some horses can't tolerate this. And you put this line around them. If they can't tolerate it, you give them something to kind of ease off the anxiety. And basically connect it to the bar of the tractor, and you basically lift them straight up, and then you put them right back on their feet. I'm like, that thing is so much easier than me trying to push a horse, right? All right, we're finally about to hit 125 miles an hour, and we've got about 14 miles to London Paddington, and a whole load of people are standing on that yellow line. That's insane. Don't need that. So yeah, my day didn't end there, no. So this is literally day after day after day that's happened to me. I also had another horse go down and stay down. Fortunately, this guy is a little bit easier. He's a little bit younger. He's got some neurological issues with his back legs, where his back leg doesn't always talk to him. And so what happens is sometimes in the winter, he will start walking sideways, literally walking sideways rather than going straight. That's kind of what's going on with his back legs there. The last time he officially rolled was about a year ago, almost to the day. I was telling, again, another person I was trying to teach about horse behaviors and stuff. Let me tell you something about this horse. This guy, he just does not do well with certain things, blah, 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 his legs, blah, blah, blah. And like today would be a perfect day for him to roll. Why? The heat's great. Why? His legs are great. I think just would be a good day for him. What does he do? He listened to me. He flippin' listened to me, and he goes and rolls on the ground. And of course he rolls in a spot where his back legs are just sticking straight up in the air. And I'm like, oh my God, you got yourself stuck. He tries to get up and he fails, right? I'm like, you've got to be kidding. So we managed to flip him over. Yay. He tries again and he still fails. Why did he fail? Because his back legs are still in the wrong position. So we managed to roll him around a third time and get him in a decent position where he can at least get up, right? And he finally did it. He got up on his own 2 feet. I'm like, you better not roll anymore for the rest of the day. Good job. Ha ha. Right, thank goodness, right? Here's what's better about this. It just gets better. So horse rolling, 2 horses escape, 3 horses get tied up. At the end of the 4th day, we take the mule out. The mule, of course, had like an abscess in the back leg. Abscess is finally healed, but is still limping around here and there, right? Still not quite putting complete pressure on the foot, but also has a curved hoof in the front foot, which also causes a limp. But basically, the mule is walking around on 2 feet. You see where this is going, right? So take the mule out to the turnout. Hadn't been out for a few days. And like, go out, have fun. I'm just doing my other thing. I turn around and I find the mule just laying there. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. You can't be the one laying down too. Don't tell me you're the one laying down also. That's not fair. I'm like, I told the mule, I'm like, you are super smart. You're smarter than all these other horses. You know how to get up. You will get up on your own. You will figure it out. So I gave that mule some time. Set up a timer. I'm like running the timer. Fortunately, it only took 15 minutes. Just let the mule do what she wanted, right? The mule, fortunately, it's so smart to know how to get up on 2 legs and not have any trouble at all with the other leg. Did kind of pull a little muscle here and there, but we did kind of give some more butte for her just to kind of ease that muscle off. But at least she got a chance to roll around. At least she got to go outside with her friends. That was the nice part. Yeah, there's equine facility, the ranch there. Has a lot of older horses. All right, so you can see we got about 7 miles to get to London Paddington, and I'm actually at 101 miles an hour, and I'm not sure if I should speed up or slow down. I think I'm going to speed up. I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if I can get a little more speed here. I've got some yellows up ahead, and that's kind of why I was, oh, see, that's why I should slow down. Okay, there we go. Well, it says I've got 2.4 miles to go slower than I'm going, so I'm just going to speed up just a touch. This is exactly where I wanted to be, actually, at least with the speedometer, about 98, 99 miles an hour. That was perfect. I'm just going to kind of coach along roughly at this speed for a little bit and kind of see where my speed is at. I've got 8,000 AP, and I've got 500 AP to go. We know there's going to be a little bit of something with the loading and unloading and everything. There's my 50 miles an hour. I knew that was coming up at some point. So that will probably mean I'll probably have to do initial reduction at some point with the brake. But for now, we're just going to coast along. We're going to see how slow we can go by the time we get to that 50 zone. And from there, that should slow it down to our final stop coming up in about 3 miles or so. Yeah, I have to say, I do love volunteering at the equine facility. It is quite fun. I don't like volunteering as much as I'm volunteering now. I would like to volunteer a little less so I can have more time to make videos for you guys. But I'm trying to find more volunteers to get out there so that way we can get just the replacements rather than me, because I'm going on vacation pretty soon too, right? I want to have some fun. I want to go do some stuff. And I don't want to just be like worrying about the horses while I'm out on a weekend trip. You know what I mean? Got to make sure we can, make that all work well, right? Yeah, and if anything ever happens to this equine facility, or if I just get tired of going there, I am eventually going to look at another one. There's another one that's south of me that does equine rescue, and that would be quite fun to teach horses or teach people how to recover and save horses that are neglected, abused, and all that stuff, and retrain them and stuff. I would actually enjoy that and, teach them good positive behaviors. It would be kind of fun to do that rather than just, taking care of older horses. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm not going to make this 50 zone. What the heck, man? I'm not going to make this 50 zone. Come on, brakes. Come on, brakes. Work with me. Work with me. You can do it. You can do it. Yes, I did it. Got the 50. Okay, good. Wow. So we're going to be turning over to the left there, as you can see by the feather on top of that single. And it basically means we're going to be parking at some point. My dogs are going to be barking right at the end of this video. It's going to suck because you guys are probably going to pick it up on it and you're going to be like, oh, you have cute dogs. Yeah, my dogs love doing this. Thankfully, they're in the other room. One of them probably wants to go outside. Thankfully, we're almost at London Paddington, a mile away from this. And we'll call it quits here. I'm going to go eat breakfast. I'm going to take these dogs outside, and life is going to be good that way. And then maybe I'll record a second video. I'll have to play that by ear. We'll see how it goes. I kind of want to record 2 back-to-back videos. Hopefully, if you see the same shirt, you probably know I did it. If you don't see the same shirt, I probably didn't do it. But I got to give it to my heat monitor here. My hotspot's currently at 87.4. Perfect place. And my GPU is at 73, and this is running an HST where the HST originally overheated my GPU. So I'm very satisfied with my graphics setting, even though it's not exactly the high ultra graphics setting I wanted. I can at least still record videos and still keep playing games for you all. Yeah, the other thing I got to do is clean up the house a little bit. That's why I'm not sure if I'm going to record a second video. I've got some tree branches I got to finish trimming up, get that in the bin, and then I've also got to, clean up around the house because we've been trying to get some donation stuff put together and get those turned in. Not necessarily around this time of year. I just generally collect donations all year long and then put them in boxes, and as soon as the boxes are full, generally I've taken it out to the store to get them donated. That's usually what I do. And I've got at least 2 boxes that are practically ready to go. I just got to organize them and get them all set up for donations and ship them out, because we got some new stuff that we're throwing in there, to like older clothes, older, toys, whatever it is, right? And I just like to be really good about that kind of stuff and just donate as much as I can out the door. Even when it comes to furniture and stuff, sometimes they won't take furnitures. I don't want to be that person that just like drives down the side of the highway, just leaves it randomly there, or I preferably don't want to take it to the dump, which I know the dump will take it anyways, right? But if I can just donate it, life is better that way. At least someone else can put some good use into some of the stuff I own. You know what I mean? But yeah, with that said, we're going to be stopping very shortly here at London Paddington. We're going to have to slow down to 25 miles an hour. We are already at 30, so we don't have to worry too much about that. All it is the final stop. That's what we really probably have to worry a little bit more about. So with that said, we're going to coast the last 700 yards out to London itself. So let's go ahead and get this HST to a final stop. And with that said, if you enjoyed this, please definitely like and subscribe, leave me comments, and I'd love to hear your feedback. It's been a while since I've been recording, so I got to give you guys appreciation for hanging out with me and, just checking out the video and whatnot. For anybody that's new, welcome to the club, welcome to the fan club and whatnot. Thank you for being part of the group. And thank you also for watching videos with me. I do appreciate that. I'm going to try to keep these videos going as much as I can. It could be hard, but life has to go first. I got to give you credit here, right? Life first and then video second. That way you come into this with a good attitude rather than, having more issues. I'm like realizing I'm not going to be able to stop, right? And rather than just like having issues and trying to record videos while you're having issues, it's never good to do that. I'll do it every now and again just because it's important, just to kind of give some realism to things. But otherwise, I try to be in my best as much as I can, right? And today I've got the day off, so I'm really happy about that. I'm using it for video. Nobody's here. It's just me. Go me, right? So with that said, we are finally coming to our final stop, 100 yards out. And I just want to stay at about 10 miles an hour. The little red up the head, which is at the end of the line, is about 100 yards. And the stop is just shy of that. So we have to make sure we stop this on a dime as best we can. And from there, we open the doors, and these passengers are waiting for me. I am actually only a minute late. That is not bad for an emergency stop. I got to give myself a lot of credit there. The emergency stop, I was super worried that I kind of screwed myself up over there, but I didn't. So I'm very happy about that. This is a good place to stop. We're going to put train brake 5. TRA is going to turn on in case I accidentally go backwards. With that said, I'm also going to put the reverser to neutral in case I accidentally try to throttle up. We're going to go ahead and unlock the left doors because we got to get these passengers out of this train. Everybody out. We don't need anybody in this train. Nobody's going to be here. Oh my God, you're stuck. You, lady, come on, move. People are trying to get, there you go. People are trying to get off the train. And what I love about this is here we are at the end of the line. Nobody's leaving. Nobody's leaving the train. There they go. They're finally moving. They're all getting stuck on the door. That's just dumb. But anyway, they're just all sitting there. Why don't you guys just go out the other door? I mean, there's a second door here. You all can come out this door. Why don't you do it? Nobody wants to come out this other door. That's just dumb. And the best part is nobody's coming out any of the other cars. They're all coming out that front door. Just dumb, man. I don't get it. So this might take a while to unload everybody. Oh, this whole thing was empty. Well, what the heck? Oh, there's some people. There you guys go. Good job. So I'm noticing the little progress bar is completely full. So I assume that we're done. I assume that everybody else is staying on the train. At least I thought they were staying on the train. There they are. So I assume you guys are staying on the train. So let's go ahead and lock the door and see what happens. No, it still says unlock the door. That's just dumb. All right, well, unlock the door again. I'm done with this mission. Come on, people. I'm done with the mission. I'm trying to unload passengers. Nobody wants to leave. You're telling me you glitched out at the end of the mission. That's just stupid. Are you telling me that you glitched out? No way. Oh wait, the progress bar changed color. I don't know what that means. Maybe it means something important. Ah, it does. It says lock doors. I didn't even see the little icon change. Okay, well, there we go. Let's go ahead and lock the doors. You guys are staying in for the ride back, and we're calling this mission done. We got a platinum medal as well as a gold medal, right? And with that said, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I actually did not get any speeding on the replacement episode. Yes, go me. I am so happy with that. All right, guys, we'll see you for the next one. Stay tuned. Time for breakfast. Bye, guys. Be prepared for that 30 just to be right there, but I guess I am. We're gonna make it work. Let's go and do an emergency brake, get us down to that 30, so that way we're not screwing our train over too much. Okay, I think I got it. Yes, that's so much right on the dot. Right on the dot. We're gonna call that right on the dot. Nobody saw that little blink of yellow.